Another blast of Arctic air heads our way towards the end of the week, but another round of snow as well by Thursday. We'll talk about that next round to come and how much is on the way.
But we do have apartments in here that they've caved in.
A rude awakening. How the bitter cold is displacing residents this morning in Midtown.
Our aspirations are right and just.
Continuing the legacy of one of America's greatest leaders, how you can honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. today.
Having a say in a school sale, when you can share your thoughts on the Clayton School District's proposal to buy the Caleres headquarters.
Ready to shred at Hidden Valley? When you could hit the slopes in Wildwood this winter.
It's colder this year. Great fans, great players that come back.
The perfect time of year to warm up. Hear from the fans who braved the cold to catch their favorite Cardinals at this year's winter warm-up.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
We're focused right now on Belleville, the square there, where it's a lot of white on the ground. Snow, undoubtedly, from over the weekend and probably last night as well. Ice on the ground as well. So if you're out and about, please be careful, especially in these roundabouts, because you're already going around. You want to start sliding too. And according to producer Callie, it's super duper cold.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's a technical term.
That's the script right there. Yikes. Good Monday morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for Today in St. Louis. Great to see the folks back on DirecTV, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I'm really not.
I'm Michelle Lee. Of course, it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day as well. We also want to say thanks for joining us. If you happen to be watching us on DirecTV or 5 Plus or wherever you're watching, we love it.
Anywhere.
We love it. And you know what? Today's a good day to watch, really, because we want to keep our eyes on the road. We also want to keep all of our extremities. We just want to keep them.
Exactly.
Like,
it takes 30 minutes in this kind of cold for frostbite to set on in. So make sure you're covered up. Exposed skin. We tell you that all the time. So here's what you need to grab as you head out the door this morning. The hats, the gloves, the scarf, even the heavy winter coat. You're going to need each item for different reasons. Of course, if you have to drive, those gloves will help you grip that steering wheel because it is so bitterly cold. And takes a while for the car to warm up too. So we're out the door with temperatures near 0. Wind chills even this afternoon will still be 0 or below that. 1 below at Lambert, and lots of locations from Warrenton to Pittsfield and Litchfield, almost a good 5 to 10 degrees below 0. But it's that wind. It's cutting through the clothes this morning, and that wind chill, well, it's down below 0 by a good 15 to 25 degrees. So you definitely need the layers. Even this afternoon, we'll climb up to about 10, and that's it. But there is more light snow on the way this afternoon and evening. We'll talk about that coming up. Let's get you over to Paul and talk some traffic this morning. It's a Monday, but of course a holiday, so that should mean easier traffic, but ooh, it's cold out there.
It is. Every time I see your forecast, I think of that emoji that is blue, and it has the winter like, yes, it is a cold one. Hopefully you don't have to go out, but if you do, you're traveling just fine. We were talking 64-40 earlier, normal speeds. Same story on 55, and as you can see here, 44 from all the way all the way into downtown, 25 minutes, and because the conditions are a little dicey, we just want to make sure those travel times are right. If you have to get out, you can see the snow on the shoulder. Be careful. Another take of traffic coming up, guys.
All right, thank you, Paul. New this morning, some people living in an apartment building in Midtown St. Louis are now without their heat and without their water. And it's happening, as you know, on one of the coldest mornings so far of the year.
Megan Kernan is joining us live with what happened and also how you can avoid getting, or having broken water pipes. Good morning, Megan. Can you really avoid it when you live in an apartment? That's the big question.
That is the big question, and especially in these freezing temps, water pipes are more prone to burst, and that's what happened at the Heritage House Apartments sometime before midnight last night. Fire crews were called out to the building on Olive Street for multiple broken water pipes. The St. Louis Fire Department posted online that the heat in the building is also not working, and no heat can lead to broken water pipes. A community member reached out to 5 on Your Side, letting us know Heritage House Apartments has over 200 residents, and majority of them are elderly. They say the broken pipes caused flooding in the building in addition to that lack of heat. Now, here's what you can do to protect your pipes. Missouri American Water says if your pipes are in unheated areas, If pipes run through the cabinets, open the doors to allow the warmer room temps to flow in. And when temps stay below freezing, allow a small trickle of water to run to help keep the pipes from freezing. And lastly, check for leaks after the first thaw. You can do this by having a plumber walk through your property to inspect your water lines. Now, the St. Louis Fire Department says the relocation efforts for the residents at the Heritage House Apartments are underway. Coming up in our next half hour, steps you can take to stay warm while managing your energy use. Reporting live, Megan Kernan, 5 on your side.
All right, thanks so much, Megan. Here's a look at the frozen conditions overnight in Spanish Lake. The temperature has only risen a degree or 2 since our photographer filmed earlier this morning. Now, I do want to get out of the way here because before you head out the door this morning, you definitely want to make sure you're bundled up enough for the extreme cold outside. The National Weather Service recommends waterproof boots. That is really important here. It's right there. At least 2 layers on bottom, 3 or more on top, gloves, hat or a hood, the warmest coat that you can find also. Plus, just make sure that you have insulating layers as well, but you certainly do not want to walk out the door without some sort of face covering or mask as well. Ready?
New this morning, some folks living in Overland were stuck in the cold after their apartments caught fire overnight. It happened around 2 o'clock this morning off Cedar Glen Drive. Well, one resident told our crew on the scene that everyone was able to make it out safely. About 3 to 4 units were damaged, though. The cause of the fire is under investigation right now. This morning, 2 firefighters are recovering after getting hurt while fighting a large house fire in Eureka. It happened just after 3 yesterday off of Tall Oaks Drive. It took several hours, 25 trucks and 75 firefighters to put out the flames. Eureka Assistant Fire Chief says the sub-zero wind chill made it even harder for his team to do their jobs.
We had heavy fire load conditions there. Second reason is it's cold and it's very hard on our personnel as they operate, so we need additional personnel. And then the third thing is we're in a no water area, so all the water we're using is having to be shuttled in.
The home is heavily damaged, but the resident and family dogs were able to make it out safely. The cause of that fire is now under investigation.
Yes, it's that time of year where we start to have water main breaks and random fires from space heaters. So just a reminder, just make sure that you are prepared when it comes to those things. Even the furnace filter, you may want to check on that and change it. I did that this weekend and was surprised by how much dust we had an hour. So just some gentle reminders there. The wind chill warning advisory still in place through tomorrow morning. We'll have wind chills that could dip as low as 25 degrees below zero. Not only here at home, but all across the Midwest, extending all the way up into the Dakotas and all the way down into Texas. We do have another round of light snow on the way this afternoon. This will be spotty, so not everybody will see it, but it will come in during the evening rush hour and should clear away by the time we head to bed. Not a lot, but just over the course of the weekend, you've seen how we've had these little dustings, and that's what we'll have once again today. Tomorrow, the Arctic air sticks around, but Thursday, another system comes on in, and that drops our temperatures once again. We'll talk about that as we head into the upcoming weekend, plus that next round of snow to come on Thursday. We'll see you two in just a little bit.
All right, thanks so much. And we want to remind everyone you can get the forecast sent to your phone anytime by texting the word weather to 314-425-5355.
Even if you vote and then pass away, it's worth it, remember?
The first votes in the 2024 presidential election will be cast tonight. We'll look at the final poll results ahead of the Iowa caucus.
Today is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day and also his birthday. The events that you can take after today, I should say, that honor his legacy.
Get stoked to ski in to Wildwood. How much a lift ticket will cost you on Hidden Valley's opening day.